As the golden rays of a new dawn break over the horizon, humanity stands on the cusp of profound transformation. This era, often referred to as the Age of Aquarius, heralds a time of enlightenment, unity, and spiritual evolution. It is a period marked by the dissolution of old paradigms and the emergence of a collective consciousness that seeks harmony, truth, and a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos. For millennia, the cycles of the stars have whispered secrets to those who listen, guiding humanity through epochs of change. The Age of Aquarius, astrologically significant and symbolically rich, promises a shift from the materialistic pursuits of the past towards a more compassionate and interconnected existence. This age invites us to explore the vast potential of the human spirit, to awaken dormant energies within us, and to foster a world where empathy and cooperation reign supreme. In this transformative era, individuals and communities alike are called to question the status quo, to break free from the chains of convention, and to forge new paths rooted in authenticity and innovation. The energies of Aquarius are electric, charged with the possibilities of technological advancements, social progress, and spiritual awakening. It is a time when the barriers that have long divided us begin to crumble, making way for a tapestry of diverse voices and perspectives to be woven into the fabric of our global society. This book delves into the heart of this awakening, exploring the myriad ways in which the Age of Aquarius is reshaping our world. From the rise of grassroots movements advocating for environmental sustainability and social justice, to the resurgence of ancient wisdom and holistic practices, the signs of this great awakening are all around us. Each chapter seeks to illuminate the pathways to personal and collective growth, offering insights and tools for navigating this remarkable period of human history. As we stand at this pivotal juncture, the call is clear: to awaken to the infinite possibilities within and around us, to harness the transformative power of love and understanding, and to co-create a future that honors the unity and diversity of all life. Let this book serve as a beacon of inspiration and a guide for those who wish to embrace the spirit of the Age of Aquarius, embarking on a journey of self-discovery and global transformation. The Whisper of Change. In the stillness of dawn, when the world teeters on the edge of awakening, there exists a moment where the air feels charged with an unspoken promise. It is as if the universe itself takes a deep breath, holding it for a fleeting instant before releasing a cascade of possibilities into the waking world. This is the whisper of change, a subtle yet profound shift that stirs within the heart and mind, urging one to listen, to see differently, to feel anew. In the quiet solitude of these moments, a gentle nudge beckons from within, a soft call to reflect upon paths taken and those yet to be tread. This whisper, though delicate, carries the weight of transformation. It speaks of the potential that lies hidden beneath the surface of the mundane, waiting patiently to be unearthed by those willing to pause and heed its call. Change, in its essence, is both a disruptor and a creator. It dismantles the familiar, often leaving behind fragments of what once was, only to reconstruct them into something unforeseen. Yet it is in this dismantling that growth finds its roots. Embracing the whisper of change is to accept the transient nature of existence, to acknowledge that life is a series of moments strung together by the threads of transformation. As the sun begins its ascent, casting its golden hues across the landscape, there is a realization that change is not a singular event but a continuous process. It flows like a river, sometimes gentle and meandering, at other times rushing with an urgency that cannot be ignored. In this flow, there is an invitation to surrender, to allow oneself to be carried by the current towards destinations unknown. With every whisper of change, there comes an opportunity to shed the layers that no longer serve, to release the burdens that weigh heavily upon the spirit. It is a chance to redefine oneself, to step into the light with renewed clarity and purpose. Yet this requires courage, for with change comes the fear of the unknown, the discomfort of stepping beyond the confines of certainty. However, within the whisper lies a promise of renewal, of becoming more than one ever thought possible. It is a reminder that within each individual resides the power to shape their own reality, to transform the whispers into a symphony of change that resonates throughout their life. Listening to this whisper is an act of faith, a belief that the universe conspires in one's favor, even when the path ahead is shrouded in mystery. It is about trusting in the unfolding, knowing that each step taken, no matter how small, is a step towards a greater awakening. In this delicate balance between the known and the unknown, between the past and the future, lies the essence of the whisper of change. It is a quiet revolution, a gentle reminder that life is an ever-evolving journey, one that invites exploration, discovery, and ultimately, transformation. To hear this whisper and respond to its call is to embrace the fullness of life itself, with all its uncertainties and infinite possibilities. Recognizing the patterns. In the unfolding narrative of personal and collective awakening, there lies a subtle yet profound realization. The patterns that shape our lives are neither random nor inconsequential. They are the threads from which the tapestry of our existence is woven, revealing the motifs of our past, the textures of our present, and the possibilities of our future. To recognize these patterns is to glimpse the underlying currents that guide our thoughts, actions, and interactions with the world. As individuals, we often find ourselves caught in the loops of habitual behavior, unaware of the repeating cycles that define our days. These patterns, while comforting in their familiarity, can also confine us to a limited spectrum of experience. They are the echoes of our past choices, reverberating through time, manifesting in our lives as routines, reactions, and relationships. The challenge, then, is to become conscious of these patterns, to see them not as immutable laws but as malleable constructs open to transformation. In this reflective space, one begins to notice the subtle cues that signify the presence of these patterns. They might appear as recurring themes in our thoughts, a familiar emotional response to a particular situation, or the repeated emergence of similar challenges. Each pattern carries with it a lesson, a message waiting to be deciphered. To engage with these patterns is to engage in a dialogue with oneself, to ask the questions that probe deeper into the why and how of our behaviors. This recognition extends beyond the personal to encompass the collective. Societies, too, are governed by patterns, cultural narratives, historical cycles, and shared beliefs that shape the collective consciousness. These societal patterns influence the way we perceive the world and our place within it. By observing these larger patterns, we gain insight into the forces that drive societal change and the potential for transformation on a broader scale. The process of recognizing patterns is not one of judgment, but of understanding. It requires a gentle curiosity and an openness to what unfolds when we allow ourselves to truly see. In this seeing, there is the potential for profound insight, a clarity that illuminates the path forward. With awareness comes the power to choose, to shift, and to create new patterns that align more closely with our true selves and our highest aspirations. In this space of awareness, one might begin to experiment with the patterns, to play with the possibilities of what could be. It is here that creativity meets consciousness, where the act of recognizing becomes an act of creation. By altering a single element of a pattern, we open the door to new experiences, new ways of being. This is the essence of awakening, a dynamic process of becoming, of stepping into the fullness of our potential. As we journey through the landscape of our lives, the patterns we recognize become the signposts that guide us. They remind us of where we have been, where we are, and where we might go. In recognizing these patterns, we embrace the power of choice, the potential for change, and the beauty of an awakening that is both personal and universal. These patterns, once seen, become the canvas upon which we paint the story of our lives, each stroke a testament to our growth, our resilience, and our capacity for transformation. Inner turmoil. Amidst the cacophony of the external world, there lies a silence within, a silence that is often drowned by the tumultuous waves of our own thoughts, fears, and doubts. This silence is not one of peace, but rather a void that echoes with the dissonance of unresolved conflicts and unspoken desires. It is here, within the depths of our own being, that the true battle rages a battle that is unseen yet profoundly felt. The heart, a vessel of emotions, often finds itself at odds with the mind, a chamber of logic and reason. This discord within gives rise to an inner turmoil that pervades every facet of existence. It manifests as a restlessness that prevents one from finding solace, a persistent whisper that questions every decision, every path taken. In the quiet moments of solitude, when the distractions of the world fade away, this inner chaos becomes more pronounced. It is then that one is forced to confront the shadows that lurk within, the fears that have been meticulously buried beneath layers of pretense. These shadows, once ignored, now demand attention, urging the soul to delve deeper into the labyrinth of its own making. What lies at the heart of this turmoil is often a conflict between who we are and who we aspire to be. It is the tension between the familiar comfort of the present and the daunting uncertainty of the future. The soul yearns for growth, for transformation, yet the mind clings to the known, to the safe confines of the current self. This internal struggle is a testament to the complexity of the human condition, a dance between the desire for change and the fear of the unknown. In this battle, the role of self-reflection becomes paramount. To navigate the turbulent waters within, one must first be willing to gaze into the mirror of the soul, to acknowledge the imperfections and embrace the vulnerability that accompanies such introspection. It is through this acceptance that one can begin to unravel the tangled threads of inner conflict, to understand the roots of discontent and the barriers to peace. Yet this journey inward is not without its challenges. The path is fraught with moments of doubt, of questioning the very essence of one's identity. It requires courage to face the parts of oneself that have been shunned, to confront the fears that have been allowed to dictate choices. But in this confrontation lies the potential for liberation, for the emergence of a self that is more aligned with one's true nature. As the layers of turmoil are peeled away, there emerges a clarity, a vision of what could be. It is a vision that is not bound by the limitations of the past, but rather one that is informed by the lessons learned through the struggle. It is a vision that offers a glimpse of a future where the inner and outer selves are in harmony, where the silence within is not one of void, but of peace. Thus, the inner turmoil, though daunting, is a necessary catalyst for growth. It is a reminder that within the chaos lies the seed of transformation, waiting to be nurtured into the blossom of awakening. And in this awakening, the soul finds its true voice, a voice that resonates with the symphony of the universe, echoing with the harmony of a self-realized. Embracing the unknown. As we stand on the precipice of change, the vast expanse of the unknown stretches before us, a canvas waiting for the strokes of our imagination and courage. Stepping into this space requires a willingness to surrender the comfort of certainty and to open ourselves to the possibilities that lie beyond the horizon. It is a space where fear and excitement intermingle, where the familiar gives way to the potential for transformation. In this dance with uncertainty, we find ourselves confronting the limitations of our understanding. The unknown challenges us to question our assumptions and to rethink the narratives we have constructed about ourselves and the world. It is in these moments of introspection that we begin to realize the fluidity of truth and the multiplicity of perspectives that exist beyond our immediate perception. The journey into the unknown is not one of solitude. It is an invitation to connect with the collective consciousness that binds us all. As we navigate this terrain, we are reminded of the shared human experience and the universal quest for meaning and purpose. Through this lens, the unknown becomes a space of potential connection, where we can find common ground amidst diversity and difference. In embracing the unknown, we also cultivate resilience. It is a practice of letting go of control and embracing the flow of life. This resilience is not born from an absence of fear, but from the courage to move forward despite it. It is the understanding that growth often requires stepping into the discomfort of uncertainty, trusting that each step will reveal new insights and opportunities. The unknown is a fertile ground for creativity and innovation. It prompts us to think outside the confines of our habitual patterns and to envision new possibilities. In this space, we are free to experiment, to take risks, and to learn from our mistakes. This creative process is not linear. It is an exploration that unfolds in unexpected ways, leading us to discoveries that we might never have imagined. As we navigate the unknown, we are also called to cultivate a sense of presence. The unknown requires us to be fully present in the moment, to engage with our surroundings, and to listen deeply to the whispers of intuition. It is in this stillness that we find clarity and direction, a guiding light amidst the shadows of uncertainty. Ultimately, the unknown is a teacher, offering us lessons in humility, adaptability, and openness. It invites us to release the need for certainty and to embrace the fluidity of life. By stepping into the unknown, we embark on a journey of self-discovery, uncovering the depths of our inner strength and the boundless potential that lies within. In this space, we are reminded that life is a continual unfolding, a series of moments that invite us to explore, to learn, and to grow. The unknown is not something to be feared, but rather a gateway to transformation and enlightenment. It is here, in the embrace of the unknown, that we find the courage to awaken to the fullness of our being and to the infinite possibilities that life has to offer. Journey to the Self. The first steps. As dawn gently unveiled its soft light over the horizon, a sense of anticipation filled the air. It was that moment when the world seemed to hold its breath, suspended between the remnants of night and the promise of day. This was the moment of awakening, a time when the ordinary began to shimmer with possibilities, and the path ahead, though shrouded in mist, beckoned with silent allure. In this delicate balance of light and shadow, the first steps towards transformation often begin. These are the moments when the mind, previously cocooned in the familiar, begins to stir with questions and curiosity. What lies beyond the known? What whispers of truth echo in the silence of the early morning? The journey of awakening is not marked by a single grand revelation, but rather by a series of subtle shifts in perception. Each step is an invitation to pause, to reflect, and to listen to the quiet voice within that often goes unheard amidst the clamor of daily life. It is a call to observe the world with fresh eyes, to notice the intricate patterns woven into the fabric of existence. In these initial moments, doubt and uncertainty often accompany the traveler. The familiar path, well-trodden and comforting, seems to call for a return, to retreat into the safety of what is known. Yet the heart, now awakened to the possibility of something greater, urges onward, propelled by a yearning to discover the depths of its own potential. The first steps are often tentative, marked by hesitance and the fear of the unknown. Yet with each step, confidence grows, and the realization dawns that the path is not a linear one, but a dance of exploration and growth. The traveler learns to embrace the ebb and flow of change, understanding that each experience, whether joyous or challenging, contributes to the mosaic of awakening. As the sun rises higher in the sky, casting its golden glow over the landscape, the traveler begins to notice the beauty in the details. The delicate petals of a flower, the rustling leaves in the breeze, the distant call of a bird, all become reminders of the interconnectedness of all things. It is in these moments of awareness that the heart begins to open, to expand beyond the confines of the self. With each step, the traveler becomes more attuned to the rhythms of nature, to the cycles of growth and renewal that mirror the inner journey. There is a deepening sense of connection, a recognition that the journey of awakening is not a solitary one but a shared experience woven into the tapestry of life. In these first steps, the seeds of transformation are planted, nurtured by the light of awareness and the willingness to explore the unknown. It is a process of unfolding, of becoming, and it is in this unfolding that the true essence of awakening is revealed. As the day progresses, the traveler continues onward, guided by the quiet assurance that each step, no matter how small, is a step towards a greater understanding and a deeper connection with the world and oneself. Unveiling the layers. In the quiet moments of introspection, we often find ourselves peeling back the intricate layers of our existence, much like an onion revealing its core. Each layer, a reflection of our experiences, beliefs, and emotions, holds within it the essence of who we are. The process of unveiling these layers is not merely an exploration of the self, but a profound awakening to the myriad facets of our being. As we delve into this exploration, we encounter the first layer, often defined by the external influences that have shaped our lives. These influences, ranging from societal norms to familial expectations, act as a veil obscuring our true selves. They dictate our actions and thoughts, molding us into versions that align with external validations. It is within this layer that we find the echoes of past decisions, made not from the heart but from a place of conformity. Beneath this facade lies the second layer, a more personal realm shaped by our experiences and the stories we tell ourselves. Here we confront the narratives that have defined us, some empowering, others limiting. This layer is steeped in memories, both cherished and haunting, each one a thread in the tapestry of our identity. It is here that we begin to question the validity of these narratives, seeking to discern which stories truly resonate with our essence and which are mere shadows of imposed beliefs. As we peel away these layers, we arrive at a space of vulnerability where our deepest fears and desires reside. This third layer is raw and unguarded, often hidden even from our conscious awareness. It is in this space that we confront the fears that have held us captive, the desires that have remained unfulfilled. The unveiling of this layer requires courage and honesty, a willingness to face the parts of ourselves that we have long ignored. With each layer revealed, we move closer to the core of our being, a place of profound authenticity. Here lies the essence of our true selves, untainted by external influences or self-imposed narratives. It is a place of clarity and peace, where we can embrace the totality of our existence. In this space, we find the courage to live in alignment with our true values and beliefs, unburdened by the weight of expectation. The journey of unveiling the layers is not a linear path, but a cyclical process of discovery and rediscovery. As we navigate through the complexities of our inner world, we gain insights that illuminate our path forward. With each revelation, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of all aspects of our being and the profound impact these layers have on our interactions with the world. In this great awakening, we come to understand that the unveiling of our layers is not an end in itself, but a continuous process of growth and transformation. It is an invitation to live a life of authenticity, to honor the truth of our being, and to embrace the richness of our human experience. Through this exploration, we find the courage to not only unveil the layers, but to celebrate them, for they are the very fabric of who we are. Facing the shadows. The path to self-discovery is often intertwined with confronting our deepest fears and uncertainties. It is in these moments of vulnerability that we are called to face the shadows that linger within. These shadows, though daunting, hold the key to profound personal growth and understanding. They are the echoes of past experiences, the whispers of self-doubt, and the specters of unfulfilled dreams. Reflecting on one's inner shadows requires a delicate balance of courage and compassion. It is a journey inward, where the heart must be open to unravel the complexities of the self. There is an innate desire to shy away from these aspects, to bury them beneath layers of distraction and denial. Yet the shadows persist, casting their influence over thoughts and actions, steering us away from the light of clarity. In the quiet solitude of reflection, there is an opportunity to confront these shadows with honesty. It is here that we begin to understand their origins, tracing them back to moments of pain or misunderstanding. They are not merely obstacles, but rather guides that illuminate the path to wholeness. By acknowledging their presence, we gain insight into the fears that bind us and the potential that lies in their embrace. The shadows, once seen as adversaries, become allies in the pursuit of self-awareness. They teach resilience, urging us to question the narratives we have constructed about ourselves. In their presence, we learn the value of vulnerability and the strength that emerges from embracing our imperfections. Each shadow holds a lesson, a fragment of wisdom that contributes to the mosaic of our being. Facing the shadows is not an act of defiance, but a gentle acceptance of the self in its entirety. It is a recognition that the light we seek is often hidden within the very darkness we fear. As we delve deeper into this exploration, we find that the shadows are not as formidable as they once seemed. They are softened by understanding and transformed by compassion. The journey through the shadows is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It is a reminder that growth often arises from the most challenging of experiences. By facing the shadows, we cultivate a profound sense of empathy, not only for ourselves, but for others who tread similar paths. This empathy becomes a bridge, connecting us to the shared humanity that binds us all. As the shadows recede, they leave behind a landscape rich with possibility. The clarity gained through this process unveils new horizons, where the self is free to explore the realms of potential that once seemed unattainable. In the light of this newfound understanding, the shadows no longer hold sway. They become a part of the tapestry of life, woven into the fabric of our existence, adding depth and texture to the narrative of who we are. In embracing the shadows, we awaken to the fullness of our being. The journey is one of transformation, where the shadows become a source of strength and wisdom. It is a testament to the power of reflection and the courage to face the unknown within, emerging with a deeper sense of self and an unwavering connection to the world around us. The inner light. In the quiet recesses of the mind, there lies a luminous presence, often overshadowed by the clamor of daily life. This inner light, a beacon of clarity and truth, patiently awaits recognition. It is not influenced by fleeting emotions or external circumstances. Rather, it is a constant, unwavering force that guides us towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. This chapter explores the profound impact of acknowledging and nurturing this inner light. It begins with the realization that each individual possesses an intrinsic wisdom, a voice that speaks in hushed tones yet resonates with profound insight. Recognizing this voice requires a deliberate stillness, a pause in the relentless pursuit of external validation and acknowledgement. The journey inward is often met with resistance. The mind, accustomed to noise and distraction, may rebel against the silence. Yet it is within this silence that the inner light shines most brightly. It illuminates the shadowed corners of our consciousness, revealing truths that have long been hidden or ignored. With each revelation comes a sense of liberation, as the burdens of ignorance and misunderstanding are lifted. As one delves deeper, the inner light becomes a source of immense strength and resilience. It is a reminder that true power does not stem from control over others or the accumulation of material possessions, but from an unshakable belief in one's own worth and potential. This realization brings about a profound shift in perspective, where the external world is no longer viewed through the lens of fear and scarcity, but with compassion and abundance. The cultivation of this inner light is not a solitary endeavor. It thrives in the presence of love, kindness, and connection. By fostering relationships that nurture and uplift, the light within us grows stronger, casting its glow onto others. This interconnectedness is a testament to the universal nature of the inner light, a shared experience that transcends cultural and societal boundaries. However, there are moments when the light seems to flicker, dimmed by doubt or despair. In these times, it is crucial to remember that the light is never extinguished. It merely awaits rekindling. Practices such as meditation, reflection, and mindful living serve as tools to reignite the flame, drawing us back to our center and reaffirming our connection to the source of our inner wisdom. Ultimately, the inner light is a reminder of the inherent beauty and potential within each of us. It is a call to live authentically, to shed the masks and pretenses that obscure our true selves. By embracing this light, we embark on a path of self-discovery and transformation, where the journey itself becomes the destination. In this light, we find our purpose, our passion, and our peace. It is a guiding star that leads us to a life of fulfillment and joy, illuminating the way even in the darkest of times. As we continue to honor and cultivate this inner light, we contribute to a collective awakening where the world is not only seen but truly understood in all its radiant complexity. mirrors of reality, reflections in others. In the quiet moments when the world seems to pause, there exists a profound opportunity to see oneself through the eyes of others. Each interaction, every fleeting exchange, is a mirror reflecting back not just our actions, but the essence of who we truly are. It is within these reflections that we begin to unravel the intricate tapestry of our own identity. The Great Awakening invites us to delve into these reflections with a sense of curiosity and openness. It suggests that the people we encounter serve as guides, illuminating aspects of ourselves that remain hidden in solitude. When we observe the reactions and emotions of those around us, we gain insights that might otherwise elude introspection alone. Consider the way a stranger's smile can ignite a sense of warmth and belonging, or how a friend's consoling words can provide solace during times of uncertainty. These interactions are not mere coincidences. They are powerful reminders that our lives are interconnected in ways that transcend the tangible. In the eyes of another, we find pieces of ourselves that have been scattered by the winds of time and experience. Yet, reflections are not always comforting. They can echo the parts of us we prefer to ignore, the shadows that linger in the recesses of our consciousness. When faced with criticism or conflict, it is tempting to retreat, to shield ourselves from the discomfort. However, the Great Awakening challenges us to confront these reflections with courage and grace, to acknowledge the lessons they offer, and to use them as stepping stones towards personal growth. The beauty of this introspective journey lies in its transformative power. By embracing the reflections found in others, we begin to cultivate empathy and understanding. We learn to listen with our hearts, to see beyond the surface, and to appreciate the myriad ways in which our lives are interwoven. In doing so, we not only enrich our own existence, but also contribute to a more compassionate and connected world. As we navigate the complexities of human relationships, it is essential to remember that each person we encounter is a reflection of the universe within us. They hold up a mirror to our joys and sorrows, our strengths and vulnerabilities. Through this lens, we can explore the depths of our being, uncovering truths that lead to a greater sense of self-awareness. In essence, the reflections we perceive in others are a testament to the shared human experience. They remind us that we are not solitary beings, but part of a vibrant tapestry of life. By embracing these reflections, we honor the interconnectedness of all things and open ourselves to the boundless possibilities that arise when we truly see ourselves in the faces of those around us. The Great Awakening thus serves as a gentle nudge towards introspection, urging us to look beyond the surface and to find meaning in the reflections that surround us. It is a call to awaken to the beauty that lies within and to recognize the profound impact we have on one another. In this awakening, we discover that the reflections in others are not just echoes of our existence, but vital threads that weave together the fabric of our shared humanity. The world is a mirror. In the intricate tapestry of human existence, there lies a profound truth that often eludes our conscious awareness. The world around us is but a reflection of the world within us. This concept, while seemingly abstract, manifests in the myriad interactions and experiences we encounter daily. Each event, each person serves as a mirror, reflecting our innermost thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, thereby providing us with invaluable insights into our own psyche. To understand this reflective nature of the world, one must first acknowledge the role of perception. Our perceptions are not mere passive observations. They actively shape the reality we experience. When we gaze upon the world, we do not see it as it is. Rather, we see it as we are. The beliefs and emotions that reside within us color our perception, tinting our world with hues of our own making. Thus, the world becomes a canvas, painted with the brushstrokes of our consciousness. Consider how often we encounter situations that seem to echo our internal states. When burdened with anger, the world appears hostile, each interaction fraught with conflict. Conversely, when our hearts are light with joy, the world seems to dance in harmony with our spirit. This mirroring effect is not coincidental. It is a testament to the interconnectedness of our inner and outer worlds. Moreover, the people we meet are not random actors in the drama of our lives. They are reflections, embodying aspects of ourselves that we may cherish or despise. The kindness of a stranger may mirror the compassion we nurture within, while the criticism of a colleague may reflect our own insecurities. These encounters are opportunities for self-discovery, prompting us to examine the beliefs and emotions that shape our interactions. In this reflective dance, the world also serves as a teacher, guiding us toward greater self-awareness. Challenges and obstacles are not mere adversities, they are lessons, urging us to look within and address the fears and doubts that hinder our growth. By embracing these challenges, we gain the wisdom to transform our inner world, which in turn transforms the world we perceive. This understanding calls for a shift in perspective, one that transcends the superficial judgments we often make. Instead of viewing the world as an external force to be controlled or feared, we begin to see it as a partner in our journey of self-discovery. Each reflection, whether pleasant or painful, becomes a tool for growth, inviting us to delve deeper into the mysteries of our own consciousness. The world, in its myriad forms, beckons us to awaken to the truth of who we are. It reflects our fears, our joys, our struggles, and our triumphs, urging us to explore the depths of our being. As we engage with these reflections, we embark on a transformative journey, one that leads us to a profound understanding of ourselves and the universe we inhabit. In this dance with the world, we find not only the reflection of our own soul, but also the pathway to our greatest awakening. Lessons from the past. As we delve deeper into understanding the pivotal transformations that have shaped our current reality, it becomes imperative to reflect on the past, not merely as a collection of dates and events, but as a reservoir of wisdom and cautionary tales. History is not just a sequence of occurrences, it is a narrative woven with the threads of human aspirations, failures, and resilience. In the midst of the Great Awakening, a profound realization dawned: the need to transcend beyond the superficial and engage with the essence of our shared journey, humanity's relentless quest for meaning and connection. This awakening was not an isolated phenomenon, but rather a culmination of countless past experiences, each contributing its unique lesson. Consider the transformative power of introspection that past civilizations have demonstrated. The ancient Greeks, with their philosophical inquiries, sought to understand the very fabric of existence. Their dialogues, though centuries old, echo the timeless pursuit of truth and self-awareness. Such reflections remind us that the quest for understanding is a continuous process, never truly complete but always evolving. Similarly, the resilience shown by societies that faced adversity only to rise again offers a blueprint for navigating contemporary challenges. The fall of empires, often seen as the end, was in reality a seedbed for renewal and innovation. The Renaissance, emerging from the shadows of the Middle Ages, exemplifies how periods of darkness can give rise to enlightenment and progress. This historical ebb and flow of triumph and tribulation underscores the potential for rebirth and reinvention in today's world. Moreover, past lessons also highlight the importance of compassion and empathy in our interactions. The civil rights movements of the 20th century serve as a poignant reminder of the enduring struggle for equality and justice. These movements, driven by the unyielding spirit of individuals who dared to dream of a better world, teach us that change is possible when we choose to see beyond our differences and embrace our shared humanity. However, history also cautions us against the perils of hubris and unchecked ambition. The tales of leaders who succumbed to the allure of power, only to face downfall, serve as stark reminders of the importance of humility and ethical governance. In our pursuit of progress, it is crucial to remain vigilant against the temptations that have led many astray. As we navigate the complexities of our modern era, the lessons from the past urge us to approach each challenge with a blend of curiosity, resilience, and humility. They invite us to learn, not just from successes, but from failures, to forge a path that honors the sacrifices and wisdom of those who came before us. In this reflective journey through history, we find that the past is not merely a backdrop, but an integral part of our present and future. It is a guide, offering insights and cautionary tales, urging us to craft a narrative that is mindful of the lessons learned and the potential for growth and transformation. Through this lens, the Great Awakening becomes more than a moment. It is a continuation of a timeless dialogue between the past and the present, a dialogue that shapes our collective destiny. Creating harmony. The path towards a more awakened state often involves an intricate dance between the external world and our internal landscapes. It is in this interplay that we find the seeds of harmony waiting to be nurtured and cultivated. The Great Awakening invites us to recognize that harmony is not a destination but a practice, a continuous refinement of our ability to align with the rhythms of life. At the heart of creating harmony lies the art of listening, listening not only to the voices around us but to the subtle whispers of our own hearts. In a world filled with noise and distractions, this act of attentive listening becomes a revolutionary gesture. It allows us to peel back the layers of superficial interactions and connect with the essence of what truly matters. As we listen deeply, we begin to discern the melodies that resonate with our true selves, guiding us towards actions and decisions that foster alignment. Harmony also calls for a balance between giving and receiving. Often the scales tip too far in one direction, leaving us either depleted or overwhelmed. To create harmony, we must learn to dance with this balance, allowing ourselves to receive with grace and give with generosity. This reciprocity extends beyond our personal lives and into our communities and the world at large. When we approach interactions with an open heart, recognizing the interconnectedness of all things, we sow the seeds of collective harmony. Furthermore, the practice of mindfulness plays a pivotal role in cultivating harmony. By anchoring ourselves in the present moment, we are better equipped to respond to life's challenges with equanimity. Mindfulness invites us to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, fostering a spaciousness that allows for more harmonious responses. It is in this space that we find the freedom to choose actions that align with our values and aspirations. Creativity, too, is an essential component of harmony. It is through creative expression that we transcend the mundane and tap into the wellspring of potential that lies within each of us. Whether it be through art, music, writing, or any other form of creative endeavor, we find a channel through which our unique voice can emerge. This expression not only enriches our own lives, but has the power to inspire and uplift those around us, creating ripples of harmony that extend beyond the individual. In order to sustain harmony, it is crucial to cultivate resilience. Life, with its inevitable twists and turns, often challenges our sense of equilibrium. Resilience allows us to navigate these challenges with grace, bouncing back from adversity with renewed strength and perspective. It is through resilience that we maintain our commitment to harmony, even in the face of disruption. Ultimately, creating harmony is a dynamic process that requires intention, effort, and a willingness to engage with the world in a meaningful way. It asks us to be both artists and architects of our lives, crafting a symphony that resonates with truth and authenticity. As we move through the ever-unfolding journey of the Great Awakening, let us remember that harmony is not a static state but a living, breathing practice that invites us to dance with the rhythms of life with open hearts and open minds. Breaking the chains. Acknowledging limitations. In the grand tapestry of life, woven with threads of aspirations and ambitions, there exists an often overlooked thread: our limitations. While the human spirit is undeniably resilient, capable of overcoming immense odds, it is crucial to recognize the boundaries that define our current state of being. This understanding, rather than being a constraint, serves as a compass guiding our growth and self-awareness. The notion of limitation is frequently met with resistance, perceived as an impediment to success. Yet within these confines lie valuable lessons. Acknowledging our limitations is not an act of defeat, but a step toward authenticity. It is within this acceptance that we find the strength to navigate the vast expanse of our potential. Reflecting on the limitations we face, we begin to understand that they are not static. They shift and evolve with time, influenced by our experiences and perspectives. Consider the artist who feels confined by their current ability. This limitation, rather than stifling their creativity, becomes a catalyst for exploration and learning. The boundaries of their craft push them to seek new techniques and expressions, ultimately expanding their artistic horizon. Similarly, in our personal lives, recognizing limitations fosters empathy and connection. When we accept our imperfections, we cultivate a deeper understanding of others. This shared humanity, grounded in the acknowledgement of our own shortcomings, becomes the foundation for genuine relationships. It is through this lens of humility that we truly connect with those around us, appreciating the diversity of experiences that shape each individual. In a world that often glorifies limitless potential, the pressure to transcend every boundary can be overwhelming. This societal expectation can lead to a cycle of relentless striving, where the fear of inadequacy overshadows the joy of achievement. By embracing our limitations, we grant ourselves permission to pause, to reflect, and to celebrate the progress we have made. Moreover, acknowledging limitations is integral to effective decision-making. In recognizing our current capabilities and constraints, we are better equipped to set realistic goals and develop strategies that align with our values and aspirations. This self-awareness prevents us from overextending ourselves, allowing us to allocate our resources, time, energy, and focus more wisely. The path to self-discovery is paved with the stones of limitation, each one offering insight into our true nature. By facing these limitations head-on, we dismantle the illusion of perfection and embrace the reality of our human experience. It is within this acceptance that we find liberation, freeing ourselves from the shackles of unrealistic expectations. In the end, the acknowledgement of limitations is a profound act of courage. It requires vulnerability and honesty, challenging us to confront our fears and insecurities. Yet it is through this process that we unlock the door to genuine growth, enabling us to live authentically and purposefully as we navigate the complexities of an existence. The power of choice. At the heart of human experience lies an inherent ability that defines our paths and shapes our destinies, the power of choice. This power, often underestimated, holds within it the potential to transform the mundane into the extraordinary, the ordinary into the exceptional. Each decision, no matter how trivial it seems, is a thread woven into the complex tapestry of our lives. Reflecting on this power invites a deeper understanding of its magnitude. Choices are not merely actions or decisions, they are reflections of our inner world. They reveal our values, priorities, and desires. In the quiet moments of contemplation, we realize that every choice is a mirror, reflecting back the essence of who we are. Consider the myriad of decisions we face daily. From the moment we awaken, we are presented with options: what to wear, what to eat, how to spend our time. Each decision, however small, carries weight. While some choices seem inconsequential, others bear the gravity of significant change. Yet it is often the accumulation of these smaller decisions that leads to profound outcomes. In a world where external influences abound, the power of choice is a reminder of our autonomy. It is a declaration of independence in a landscape filled with voices vying for our attention. By choosing consciously, we assert our agency, crafting our narrative amidst the noise. Yet with this power comes responsibility, the responsibility to choose wisely, to consider the consequences of our actions. It is a burden and a gift, a challenge and an opportunity. Each decision is a step forward, a move towards the future we envision. Thus, the power of choice is not just about selecting a path, but about forging one. The journey of life is punctuated by crossroads, moments where choices beckon us to take a stand. At these intersections, we are reminded of the vast potential of our decisions. It is here that we confront the unknown, the uncertainty of what lies beyond. Yet it is also here that the potential for growth and transformation resides. To wield the power of choice is to embrace the unknown with courage. It is to acknowledge that while we cannot predict the future, we can influence it. By making thoughtful decisions, we lay the groundwork for the life we wish to lead. We become architects of our destiny, sculptors of our future. In recognizing the power of choice, we also recognize the beauty of diversity. Each individual, with their unique set of choices, contributes to the rich tapestry of human experience. It is this diversity of thought and action that propels society forward, fostering innovation and progress. Ultimately, the power of choice is a testament to the human spirit. It is a reminder that within each of us lies the potential to create, to change, and to inspire. As we navigate the complexities of life, let us cherish this power, embracing it with intention and purpose. For it is in our choices that we find the true essence of freedom, the true expression of our humanity. Overcoming fear. Fear is an emotion as ancient as time itself, woven intricately into the fabric of human experience. It whispers caution in our ears, urging us to tread carefully in the shadows of the unknown. Yet it is this very fear that often becomes the most formidable barrier on the path to awakening. Confronting fear, then, is not merely a battle against an emotion, but a journey towards understanding and embracing our deepest selves. Fear manifests in myriad forms, each more insidious than the last. It lurks in the cavernous depths of our minds, masquerading as doubt, insecurity, and hesitation. It thrives in the stories we tell ourselves, the ones that limit our potential and bind us to the status quo. On the surface, fear may seem like a protective force, a guardian against danger, but peel back its layers, and it reveals itself as a thief, robbing us of growth, freedom, and authenticity. To transcend fear, one must first acknowledge its presence. This is no small feat, for fear is adept at disguising itself as prudence or wisdom. Yet, by shining the light of awareness on these shadows, we begin to see fear for what it truly is, a construct of the mind, a projection of past experiences and future anxieties. This recognition is the first step towards liberation. The process of overcoming fear is not about banishing it entirely. Such an endeavor would be both futile and unwise, for fear in its purest form serves a vital purpose. It alerts us to real dangers and prompts us to take necessary precautions. However, the key lies in discerning between rational fear and the irrational fears that hold us hostage. By cultivating a mindful awareness, we can learn to differentiate between the two, allowing us to act with courage and clarity. In navigating the labyrinth of fear, self-compassion becomes an invaluable ally. Fear often thrives on self-criticism and judgment, feeding off our perceived inadequacies. Embracing self-compassion involves acknowledging our fears without judgment, treating ourselves with kindness, even in the face of vulnerability. This gentle acceptance provides the fertile ground upon which courage can take root. Equally important is the cultivation of resilience. Life's unpredictability means that fear will inevitably rear its head time and again. Resilience is the armor that allows us to face fear without succumbing to its paralyzing grip. It is the quiet strength that whispers, "This too shall pass," and urges us to rise, even when the weight of fear threatens to pull us under. Within the context of awakening, overcoming fear is akin to shedding a layer of illusion. It is the realization that fear, though potent, is not an impenetrable fortress. It is a veil, one that can be lifted to reveal a world brimming with possibility and potential. As we learn to navigate the landscape of fear with grace and courage, we move closer to the heart of awakening, a state of being that is free, authentic, and profoundly alive. Thus, the path to awakening is not about fearlessness, but about fear wisdom. It is the understanding that fear is not the enemy, but a teacher, guiding us towards greater self-awareness and inner freedom. In embracing this truth, we step boldly into the light of our own becoming, ready to awaken to the boundless potential that lies within. Liberation. The moment one truly begins to understand the profound nature of awakening, it becomes evident that liberation is not merely an external state, but a profound internal transformation. This chapter delves into the heart of what it means to be free, not from the chains of society, but from the shackles of one's own mind. Reflecting upon the journey so far, it is clear that the path to liberation is paved with insights that challenge the very core of our being. It requires a willingness to confront the illusions that have been woven into the fabric of our consciousness. These illusions, often nurtured over decades, become the cages that limit our potential and obscure our true essence. In the depths of contemplation, one may encounter the paradox of liberation. To gain freedom, we must first acknowledge our bondage. It is the recognition of our limitations that opens the door to transcendence. This realization is not always comfortable. It demands an unflinching look at the fears, desires, and beliefs that have been unconsciously accepted as truths. The process of liberation is akin to shedding layers of an old skin, revealing the vibrant self beneath. Each layer represents a construct, a belief, or pattern that no longer serves the individual. As these layers fall away, what remains is the authentic self, unencumbered by societal expectations or personal insecurities. Yet the path is not without its challenges. The familiar comfort of old habits often beckons, tempting one to retreat into the safety of the known. It is here that courage plays a pivotal role. The courage to persist, to explore the unknown, and to embrace the discomfort that accompanies growth becomes the catalyst for true liberation. At this juncture, one may begin to notice subtle shifts in perception. The world, once perceived through a lens of duality, begins to reveal its interconnectedness. The illusion of separation dissolves, unveiling the intricate tapestry of existence that we are all a part of. This awakening ushers in a profound sense of peace and unity, where the boundaries between self and other blur, and the heart opens to the boundless nature of reality. With liberation comes a newfound sense of responsibility, not in the burdensome sense, but as a joyful expression of our interconnectedness. The liberated individual understands that their actions ripple through the fabric of the universe, influencing the whole. This awareness fosters compassion and empathy, guiding one to act with integrity and love. As one continues to traverse this path, the realization dawns that liberation is not a destination, but a continuous unfolding. It is an ever-evolving dance with the universe, where each step taken in awareness brings greater clarity and freedom. The journey is unique for every individual, yet the essence remains the same, an ongoing unveiling of the true self. In this state of liberation, life becomes a canvas, and the liberated soul, an artist. Free from the constraints of societal norms, one is empowered to create a life that is authentic, meaningful, and deeply connected to the world around them. It is here, in this sacred space of freedom, that the Great Awakening truly begins to flourish. The dance of emotions. Understanding emotions. In the vast tapestry of human experience, emotions weave a complex and vibrant thread, coloring our perceptions and shaping our interactions. They are the unseen forces that guide decisions, influence relationships, and define the essence of our humanity. To understand emotions is to delve into the core of what it means to be human, a journey that demands introspection, sensitivity, and openness. Emotions are often seen as the spontaneous eruptions of feeling, seemingly untamed and unpredictable. However, beneath their surface lies a profound structure, a symphony of psychological and physiological responses fine-tuned through eons of evolution. Each emotion serves a purpose, a signal from our inner selves alerting us to the world around us and within us. Fear, anger, joy, sadness, and love are not mere reactions. They are messengers guiding us towards self-preservation, connection, awareness, and growth. Yet, in a world that often prioritizes rationality and control, emotions can be misunderstood and undervalued. Society frequently encourages the suppression of feelings, equating emotional expression with weakness or instability. This misconception fosters a disconnection, leaving many individuals struggling to understand their emotional landscapes. To navigate this terrain, one must first acknowledge the legitimacy of emotions, recognizing them not as obstacles but as allies in the pursuit of self-awareness. The process of understanding emotions begins with observation. It requires a gentle curiosity, a willingness to sit with discomfort and explore the origins of our feelings without judgment. By observing emotions as they arise, we can begin to identify patterns and triggers, gaining insight into the underlying needs or fears that fuel them. This practice of mindfulness fosters a deeper connection with our inner selves, allowing us to respond to emotional cues with intention rather than impulsivity. Moreover, understanding emotions involves embracing vulnerability. It is an invitation to peel back layers of defense and protection, revealing the raw and unfiltered aspects of our being. In doing so, we cultivate empathy and compassion, not only towards ourselves but towards others. This openness creates a space for genuine connection, where emotions can be shared and understood in their truest form. Through this shared understanding, we build bridges of trust and intimacy, strengthening the bonds that unite us. In the pursuit of emotional understanding, it is also essential to consider the cultural and societal influences that shape our emotional expressions. Different cultures have distinct norms regarding which emotions are acceptable to display and how they should be expressed. By acknowledging these influences, we can better appreciate the diversity of emotional experiences and foster inclusive spaces where all emotions are validated. Ultimately, the journey to understanding emotions is a lifelong exploration. It requires patience, practice, and a commitment to self-discovery. As we deepen our emotional literacy, we enhance our ability to navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace. Emotions in their infinite complexity offer us a mirror to our innermost truths, guiding us towards a more conscious and connected existence. They remind us that to be human is to feel, and in feeling, we find the essence of life itself. Embracing vulnerability. In the midst of life's swirling chaos, a quiet revelation awaits those who dare to tread upon the path of self-discovery. It is a journey not for the faint-hearted, as it requires peeling back layers of emotional armor and allowing oneself to stand exposed to the elements. This is the art of vulnerability, a concept that is often shunned in a world that prizes strength and resilience above all else. Yet, within this delicate state lies an untapped reservoir of power, one that holds the potential to transform lives. To be vulnerable is to acknowledge one's imperfections and uncertainties, to recognize that no one is infallible. It is the ability to admit that there are moments of doubt, fear, and even failure. Society often paints vulnerability as a weakness, a chink in the armor that must be concealed at all costs. However, those who have dared to challenge this notion have discovered that it is, in fact, a profound strength. The first step towards embracing vulnerability is to cultivate a sense of self-awareness. This involves tuning into one's thoughts and emotions, acknowledging their presence without judgment. It is about understanding that every feeling, whether pleasant or painful, holds significance in the tapestry of one's life. By doing so, individuals can begin to unravel the narratives they have constructed around themselves, often shaped by societal expectations and personal insecurities. As one delves deeper into this exploration, they may uncover the courage to share their true selves with others. This act of openness fosters genuine connections, as it allows for authenticity in relationships. When individuals present their unfiltered selves, they invite others to do the same, creating a space where empathy and understanding can flourish. In this shared vulnerability, the bonds formed are more resilient, grounded in a mutual recognition of humanity. Moreover, vulnerability paves the way for creativity and innovation. When one is willing to take risks and embrace the possibility of failure, they unlock the potential for growth and discovery. It is in these moments of uncertainty that new ideas are born, as individuals dare to venture beyond the confines of their comfort zones. By allowing themselves to be vulnerable, they tap into a wellspring of creativity, unearthing solutions that may have otherwise remained hidden. In the realm of personal growth, vulnerability serves as a catalyst for change. It encourages individuals to confront their fears and shortcomings, to face the aspects of themselves they may have long ignored. This process of introspection can be uncomfortable, yet it is through this discomfort that transformation occurs. By embracing vulnerability, individuals learn to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience, emerging stronger and more self-assured. Thus, the act of embracing vulnerability is a radical one, challenging the status quo and redefining what it means to be strong. It is an invitation to live authentically, to connect deeply with oneself and others, and to harness the boundless potential that lies within. In this great awakening, vulnerability is not a weakness to be feared, but a strength to be celebrated, guiding individuals towards a life of greater fulfillment and meaning. The flow of feelings. In the quiet moments of introspection, one discovers the intricate dance of emotions, each feeling a note in the symphony of existence. These emotions, like an ever-changing river, shape the landscape of our inner world, influencing the way we perceive and interact with the world around us. As we navigate through the ebb and flow of life, understanding the nature of our feelings becomes a profound act of self-discovery. Feelings are not static entities. They are fluid, dynamic, and often unpredictable. They surge and recede, sometimes overwhelming us with their intensity, and at other times whispering softly in the background of our consciousness. To truly awaken to the depths of our humanity, we must learn to listen to these emotional currents, allowing them to guide us towards greater self-awareness. At the heart of this exploration lies the recognition that every emotion carries a message. Joy, with its radiant warmth, invites us to savor the beauty of the present moment, to celebrate the simple pleasures that life offers. It is an affirmation of our capacity to experience happiness and fulfillment. On the other hand, sadness, often perceived as a shadow, serves as a reminder of our vulnerability, urging us to seek solace and healing. In its gentle embrace, we find the strength to confront our pain and emerge renewed. Anger, too, has its place in the flow of feelings. It is a signal that something within us demands attention, a call to address the injustices we perceive. When harnessed constructively, anger becomes a catalyst for change, empowering us to take action and assert our boundaries. Yet it is crucial to approach it with mindfulness, ensuring that it does not consume us or lead to harm. Fear, that primal emotion, often grips us with its icy fingers, whispering tales of doubt and uncertainty. However, it also serves as a guardian, urging caution and reflection. By acknowledging fear without succumbing to it, we cultivate courage, learning to navigate the unknown with resilience and grace. Amidst these varied emotions, love stands as a beacon, illuminating the path towards connection and empathy. It is the thread that weaves together the tapestry of human experience, transcending boundaries and fostering a sense of unity. Through love, we learn the art of compassion, embracing others with open hearts and open minds. To flow with our feelings is to embrace the full spectrum of our emotional landscape, recognizing that each emotion has its rightful place in our journey. It requires a willingness to sit with discomfort, to explore the depths of our psyche without judgment or fear. In doing so, we cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves and others, fostering a sense of harmony and balance. Thus, the flow of feelings is not merely a passive experience, but an active engagement with the essence of our being. It is an invitation to delve into the richness of our emotional world, to honor the wisdom that lies within. As we attune ourselves to this flow, we discover the transformative power of emotions, awakening to the beauty and complexity of the human spirit. In this awakening, we find the courage to live authentically, embracing all that we are with grace and acceptance. Emotional mastery. In the midst of life's journey, the tides of emotion ebb and flow, painting our experiences with hues of joy, sorrow, anger, and peace. Emotional mastery is not about suppressing these feelings, but understanding and harnessing them to navigate the complexities of our existence more effectively. To begin with, recognizing emotions as valid and integral parts of our human experience is essential. They are not mere reactions, but signals guiding us towards deeper self-awareness. Each emotion has a story to tell, a lesson to impart. By listening to these internal narratives, we can decipher the messages they carry, leading to profound insights into our desires, fears, and motivations. The practice of mindfulness offers a pathway to this understanding. By cultivating a state of present moment awareness, we can observe our emotions without judgment. This detachment allows us to identify patterns, triggers, and responses that may otherwise remain hidden. In moments of anger, for example, we often react impulsively, driven by the heat of the moment. However, through mindful observation, we can pause, reflect, and choose a more considered response. This shift from reaction to reflection is the cornerstone of emotional mastery. Another facet of mastering emotions lies in the cultivation of emotional intelligence. This involves not only recognizing and understanding our own emotions, but also empathizing with the emotions of others. The ability to perceive and respect the emotional landscapes of those around us fosters deeper connections and more harmonious relationships. It encourages us to communicate with compassion and resolve conflicts with grace. Yet, emotional mastery is not a destination but a continuous process of growth and adaptation. As we encounter new experiences, our emotional landscape evolves, requiring us to remain flexible and open to change. This adaptability is crucial as it allows us to navigate the unknown with resilience and courage. Furthermore, cultivating gratitude can transform our emotional perspective. By focusing on the positive aspects of our lives, we can shift our mindset from one of lack to one of abundance. This not only enhances our overall well-being but also strengthens our capacity to face challenges with optimism and hope. Practicing self-compassion is equally vital. In moments of emotional turmoil, we often become our harshest critics. However, by treating ourselves with kindness and understanding, we can create a safe space for healing and growth. Embracing our imperfections and acknowledging our efforts foster a sense of inner peace, empowering us to move forward with renewed confidence. In this pursuit of emotional mastery, community and support play a vital role. Sharing our experiences with others and learning from their insights can provide invaluable perspectives and encouragement. By fostering a sense of belonging, we can draw strength from collective wisdom and support. Ultimately, emotional mastery enriches our lives, allowing us to engage with the world more fully and authentically. It is a journey of self-discovery, where each emotion becomes a stepping stone towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. As we continue to refine this skill, we unlock the potential within us to live more purposeful, fulfilling lives, grounded in the wisdom of our own emotional truth. The power of belief. Beliefs as foundations. In the vast tapestry of human experience, beliefs serve as the intricate threads that weave together our understanding of the world around us. These beliefs, often nurtured from childhood, become the bedrock upon which we construct our realities. They shape our perceptions, guide our decisions, and influence our interactions with others. As such, they are not merely abstract notions, but powerful forces that define the essence of our existence. The nature of beliefs is as diverse as humanity itself. They can be as tangible as the belief in gravity or as ethereal as faith in a higher power. Some are inherited, passed down through generations, while others are formed through personal experiences and introspection. Regardless of their origin, beliefs hold the potential to empower or constrain, to enlighten or obscure. At the heart of this exploration lies the understanding that beliefs are not static. They evolve, adapt, and sometimes even dissolve in the face of new information or shifting perspectives. This dynamic quality of beliefs is both a source of strength and a vulnerability. It invites growth and transformation, yet also demands a willingness to question the very foundations upon which we stand. The interplay between beliefs and reality is a delicate dance. Our beliefs shape our interpretation of events, coloring our perceptions and influencing our emotional responses. In turn, these interpretations reinforce our beliefs, creating a self-sustaining cycle. This cycle can be a source of stability and comfort, providing a sense of order in an often chaotic world. However, it can also lead to rigidity, blinding us to alternative viewpoints and stifling personal growth. To navigate this intricate landscape, one must cultivate a mindset of openness and curiosity. This involves embracing uncertainty and recognizing the limitations of our current understanding. It requires the courage to challenge long-held beliefs and the humility to acknowledge when they no longer serve our highest good. In this context, the pursuit of knowledge becomes a sacred endeavor. It is not merely an accumulation of facts, but a journey toward deeper understanding and wisdom. By examining the underlying assumptions of our beliefs, we gain insight into their origins and implications. This process of reflection and inquiry allows us to discern which beliefs align with our values and aspirations, and which ones may be hindering our progress.